Welcome to our movie, where we examine the fascinating world of Tesla and how it could skyrocket the company's stock price. According to famous investor Cathie Wood, Tesla stock is expected to soar to new heights in 2023 with the release of the eagerly awaited Cybertruck. Why is the Cybertruck the most significant development in automotive engineering during the past half century? For coffee enthusiasts, the stock price impact of this engineering gem has the potential to enable many Tesla investors to retire within a few months. Come along as we examine the manufacturing and delivery rates and dig into the figures to see if the Cybertruck can send Tesla's stock skyrocketing. Fasten your seatbelts and come along on the ride as we explore the realm of 2023 Tesla stock pricing. Let me see you click the like and subscribe buttons first, though. You might have seen Cathie a few times if you subscribe to our channel. The CEO of ARK Invest, a prominent investor with a sizable interest in Tesla, is Cathie Wood. She has previously been an outspoken advocate for Tesla and its cutting-edge technology, even speculating that the company's stock might hit $3,000 by 2025. That Cathie is optimistic about the Cybertruck's possible effect on Tesla's stock price is therefore not surprising. Cathie expressed her interest in the Cybertruck during an interview. She added that her team has evaluated every aspect and parameter, and the findings have been fantastic and far outperformed other models. She also talked about the notorious tug-of-war between the F-150 and the Cybertruck. In a video that has gone viral, Elon tested Ford's most popular pickup vehicle, the F-150, against the Cybertruck. As expected, the competition was won by the Cybertruck thanks to Tesla's amazing engineering. According to Cathie, the F-150, which has controlled the pickup market for several decades, will face fierce competition from the Cybertruck. In the same way that Cathie thinks the Cybertruck's technological growth would increase Tesla stock in the near future, you would be very interested in purchasing this Cybertruck if you're from the Midwest or live in one of the more busy states. Whether or not Tesla decides to mass build and launch the Cybertruck in 2023 will determine whether or not it resets Tesla stock prices. This excitement will escalate to previously unheard of levels. These are the key causes of Tesla's stock reaching an all-time high, and it is anticipated to stay there as long as the Cybertruck is manufactured in large quantities, driven, and orders continue to come in. To see if the Cybertruck can launch Tesla stock into orbit, let's examine production and delivery in 2023 and 2024. Although doing so would generate $8.6 billion in sales, Tesla has not yet lowered pricing by the required 10% to bring the average price of the Model S and Model X down to $100,000. Both the Model 3 and the Model Y had typical sales prices of $45,000 and $50,000, respectively, after I applied the same 10% discount to both in the models. With this model, we generate over $30 billion in revenue annually. In Q4 2022, Tesla achieved an operational profit of 15.41 despite aggressively lowering its prices. A 14% price reduction in the first quarter would generate over $1.2 billion in net income. I projected that Model 3's second quarter net earnings would be over $3.6 billion, or 12%, and over $6.3 billion, or another 12%. For the second half, I projected an operating margin of 15%. Let's move on to the years when the stock price is significantly impacted by the Cybertruck. Cyber automobiles eventually made a big appearance on the market around 2025 and 2027. By 2023, only 3,000 Cybertrucks will have been produced. Making a prototype is easy, but mass production is difficult. Thus, I would be happy if 3,000 were produced by 2023. My research on YouTube and Twitter revealed that the going pricing is $55,000. $55,000 to be safe, and we made $162 million in the first year of the Cybertruck, which is a really good amount of money. However, I do think that margins are at least 20%, perhaps between 25 and 30%. This is what we see in this projection, however, keeping things cautious at a rate of $55,000 and 20%. With over $92.5 billion in total revenue in 2023 and an operating margin of 12.2%, we will have a net income of around $11.3 billion, which is $1 billion less than in 2022, a year that was marked by a recession. Adding the semi would make things much more bizarre. For the sake of simplicity, we won't. Those are some very good figures. By 2024, 50,000 Cybertrucks could be produced. Our revenue would increase significantly from $32 million to over $600 million if they were able to increase margins by, say, 22%. The number of Cybertrucks will rise by around 20 times between 2023 and 2024. The average price of a little car will be helpful, as you can see, but the Semi will be considerably more helpful because it only costs $150,000. This pickup can be manufactured in large quantities, unlike any other, and it will boost Tesla's total profits per share. By 2023, a $20 billion net income on $132 billion in sales will almost triple. How will stock prices in 2023 and 2024 vary from one another? It is anticipated that the energy industry alone would generate a 15% margin in 2023, translating into a profit of about $1 billion on $7.5 billion in revenue. I would estimate that during the last 3 quarters, Tesla's energy operating margin has ranged between 12 to 10%. Since the current level of activity is so high that it will surprise everyone, I anticipate that 2023 will see 15% increase, given that the fourth quarter, or Q4, has historically averaged 12% growth. We won't know for sure whether the Fed has changed its direction until 2023. When we have more evidence, the market will either be in a bull or bear phase. Rebates will be available for all 2.5 million automobiles manufactured in 2024. My estimate of $11.5 billion in revenue and a 16% profit margin, which would result in over $1.8 billion in profit, is absurd given the total of $150 billion in revenue and $25 billion in net income. Additionally, I use the assumption that there will be 3.3 billion shares instead of 3.2 billion outstanding. If you stand back and look at Tesla's overall plan, you'll see that it's a complex network of ingenious and lucrative devices. This holds true for both the FSD and energy sides. Indeed, Cybertrucks can also sell the FSD to them if they sell a lot more. The P/E may reach 461 per share and 1.5 trillion by 2024 as a result of the growing value of Cybertrucks. Let's work with those figures then. How many shares would you need to retire early if the Cybertruck raises the stock price to $461 by 2024? According to Kathy's perspective on the Cybertruck, research indicates that an individual in a nation with a high cost of living, such as the United States, needs at least $4,000 a month to survive. Therefore, in order to retire early, we will require $4,000 every month for the remainder of our life. Theoretically, this might be accomplished by collecting a large sum of money and gradually spending it over a number of years. The length of time you intend to live as a retiree will determine whether you choose that course of action. Assume you intend to live until approximately 80 years of age and wish to retire early at 40. $4,000 a month would cost $48,000 a year, which is 40 times 12. $4,000 multiplied by 40 years is $1,920,000. For the sake of simplicity, let's assume 2 million. A total of 4,339 Tesla shares would be required if 2 million is our magic number. At the time of recording, these shares would have cost around $700,000. Even if the price is high, if the Cybertruck prognosis is correct, you would get more than twice as much in a year. I'm not sure about you, but I think that sounds rather fantastic. Kathy literally puts her money where her mouth is because she believes these things. As of December 31st, 2021, ARK Invest held over 12.8 million shares of Tesla Incorporated throughout its different investment funds, which accounted for about 0.7% of all shares of Tesla that were outstanding at the time, according to public filings made by her firm, ARK Invest. That was 2 years ago, And as of this writing, the ARK Innovation ETF had acquired 145,000 Tesla shares for a total of $15.7 million. Perhaps you ought to start investing in Tesla stocks if Kathy is confident in her strategy and continues to do so. Naturally, you will still be responsible for making those choices, so be sure to conduct thorough research and make prudent investments.